Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Slam. I'm your host, Martina, and I'm here with a special guest. I'm here with my good friend, Franco, to talk AEW. Franco, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You're very
Hope you're well.
welcome. Thank you. Same to you. So, guys, there is going to be just a little bit of a delay. Franco is all the way hailing from London, England. Is that correct?
Yep.
You like
Oh,
my obligatory British accent?
yeah, it was a good try.
Oh, it can get better, I promise.
Not everyone talks like that.
I can't help it. So, today, like as you guys know, we talk about WWE, we talk about AEW, but Franco's area of expertise is primarily AEW, which is quite timely, coming off of Dynamite last night, a day early. It's normally on Wednesdays. This week it was on Tuesday, and there were some big title matches. So we're gonna get to that, but want to welcome Franco to the show and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, thanks for the lovely introduction as well. I'm a fan of WWE and AEW, and obviously wrestling. But for the last 3 years, I haven't watched WWE. I have watched Royal Rumble and the important stuff, but mainly AEW. But UK, obviously, I wasn't born here. I was born in Rome. Um, got a mix. I've been a huge wrestling fan for a long time, since probably. So this is going back to 1999. So to be honest, I didn't really have any family watching wrestling at that. Put on the TV randomly, and this came on, and I was just like, wow, and just started watching it. So since then, I was kind of hooked. Obviously, during my teenage life and growing up, where I stopped, didn't watch, didn't care, back into it. Same thing happened as well, where for 2 years I didn't watch WWE. I was just chilling in my room watching TV. Being the Elite came on, I was like, what the hell's this? But I saw Cody's face. I was like, oh, I haven't seen this guy since he. So I clicked on the video and I just saw these guys. I was like, holy shit, this is episode. And I started doing research, like, watching their matches, into their vlogs more, to understand who these people are. So the introduction of the Young Bucks and Kenny, and the rest of the people they had, Elite came, and I was hooked. Like, I really like these guys because it's stuff that was quite rare. You didn't really see it in WWE. It happened much as these guys. Like, these guys were just on the next level. Every move was different. So and then every episode I was watching, and it got to the point where they're like, we're gonna make what? No way. You can't. Indie people can't make, like, indie much money to put together to make a big name company. And here we are, still watching it.
Your story of how how should I say, you AEW kind of reeled you in is kind of similar to mine. I was the same way. I saw Cody and I was like, is that Cody Rhodes? That's Dusty Rhodes' son.
Yeah.
Because, we hadn't seen him in a while because, New Japan wasn't really on TV like that. So I think it speaks to the popularity and the appeal of wrestling. You're over in the UK, I'm in the US, and even there you were like, hey, I want to see what these guys are doing. So is it safe to say you have kind of been allured by wrestling since the Attitude Era?
Yeah, I mean, Attitude Era was, I think, I don't know. I haven't seen or heard anyone say that they didn't enjoy it. But I was definitely lured in during those periods of time because the kid, and I was watching like bra and panty matches on TV, and I was like, it was awesome. But you know, like you just AEW thing and New Japan, I only watch New Japan as the Painmaker. So the story started going online, and I was, oh my god, Jericho's in Japan, and started watching it, and I saw the wrestlers. I was like, this is crazy. They're really good. The style's a bit different. The ring seems a lot. It was just a bit not for me. Like it's not. Do you know when I watch AEW, or sometimes I was so loud, and like they made the shows better. New Japan stuff, I only watched it because of Jericho, but then I started to learn more about the other wrestlers, and I was like, a different world out there that I didn't know about. But definitely attitude era to wrestling, yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know about New Japan like that until Jericho got involved because he was the biggest name that I had seen. So I understand what you're saying, kind of tying it all together, paving the road to get us interested in the elite, in Kenny Omega and such.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I just have to ask, since we're on the topic, what are your thoughts about where they are, where they're not? What do you say about the whole Scrum Fallout situation?
I personally think that end of the day, we're all human. Really judge anyone or disrespect anyone or talk about people behind the back. These so-called, you know what I mean, so-called reporters and like dirt sheet there to make anyone and everyone look either bad or good. But personally, they're a big company. They've got big individuals. They've got big personalities. Not since day one, so you've got more um, bigger personality in that locker room or in the background involved now that you need to somehow find peace and sort of um, some sort of like friendship and whatever, and put a show on for the fans, and don't let like all these stuff or even issues or problems or I don't know if it is that's going on in the background, just don't let it get out. Just keep it between y'all. Like if you have things going on in a family, you don't want people to know. It's between you and your family, right? So stuff get out there unless it's all a work. But work though, because the way like Punk went off on everyone in that media, watching it. Never mind how Tony felt or how the rest of the. If I was there and I was part of AEW, I'd be really annoyed. Like what? Like one of our rockiest pay-per-views, right? Seem okay and seem happy, and then you go in the media scrum and do that. Like here, like if you're angry and pissed off, say Tony, I can't do any media scrums. Fresh air. Let me clear my mind. I'll talk when I'm ready. Cool. Go next person. We'll swap. It doesn't have to be the same person in every media scrum. Like, yeah, okay, cool. He makes, let it go. Give other people a chance to shine. Like there were other people on that card that could have come at the talk, right? They won the trios title, so why didn't they go first? They've just recently come back. We've waited, I don't know, was it 277 days for Kenny to return. He returns. He's a bit shaky. He's returned because he wants to, and he's happy. The excitement, like put on two great matches with two amazing teams, and then they disappear again. They lose it and then they disappear again. Like, what the hell is going on? It's frustrating because they're big part of the company, right? All three, four of them, sorry. But it's just the way, like, personally, if I was the boss, I'd be like, look, Paul, obviously CM Punk, I got lots of love for you. Thank you for everything you've done. Misbehaving or the way you're acting, it needs to either change or money and see you later. Why should you take a risk on someone that so much problems in the background, right? Because from him and then Andrade, Sammy, like it's not a good look. Only 3 years in. Let's not forget that you're only 3 years in,
Yes.
and all this is coming out. I don't know. I really want the Elite to come back. In regards to Punk, if they have patched things out in the buzzer work, then maybe they could somehow build Punk and Kenny to like and sort of like face off and like, you know, I don't know, do some promos against one another on the shows to get this match hyped for maybe Double or Nothing or whatever. But yeah, I to back by now because surely their 30 days and stuff is over, right? And look at the pop dark with the Elite theme music. Martina, what's your thoughts?
I really agree with what you were saying that excuse me, the whole thing just felt very like they just got back. And you know, with the whole thing with Hangman Live, which we'll talk more about in a minute, someone made a comment on Twitter. They said, I don't remember who it was. I took a screenshot of it, but they said something to the effect that there's like a dark cloud over AEW. And I'd have to agree. It's like every time they take 3 steps forward, they take 2 steps back. Like they have a momentum issue. Like you get momentum, boom, great shows, great matches, and then someone gets injured. Or, you know, and it's the whole thing with All Out, I agree. Like it was a pretty good pay-per-view. And then the scrum just like, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then Punk got injured. I'm like, oh, Punk.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people have said Punk did what he did just because he knew he's going to be out for a break. So he did that to cause some heat for people to spend it. So that's some of the rumors that's going on. But then again, I believe it, but I'm just telling you what I've read and people are saying. But I agree with you. It's weird because that whole media scrum overshadowed the whole. Like it just took over. Like everyone forgot.
It absolutely did. It did. No one has even talked about who won or lost. All we've talked about is the scrum.
I'm gonna be like, I don't remember that pay-per-view as much as I would normally, but I remember is the trios match.
Yep.
And
I was just going to say, even the treatment of the trios titles since then, you know, what is it? Death Triangle. They have the titles, but we've seen them like twice since then. We saw them last night, but there's not much talk of them. We don't see them very much. They're even at that brief period of time where Pac had 2 titles. He was like the first to have 2 titles. They rarely even spoke of it. They mentioned it like in passing, like twice, that he was the All Atlantic champion and a trios champion. And I'm like, I feel like they miss moments that they miss moments they could be playing up more. And then the negative things just seem that much louder, if that makes sense.
I agree that maybe they don't want to sound too much like WWE. Oh, Pac's got 2 belts, 2-pack, 2-belt pack, or 2-pack, right? But weird because you don't want the. I don't know what because they probably think, oh, if we say that, there's going to be loads of negativity online where people Becky Lynch did, right? I don't know, but so far this year, it feels like I don't know. I'll be like, you know what? Let's just get this year over with. Let's just get it over with, and because it's like you said, 3-4 steps. Oh my God, Dynamite Rampage will come back again. Like, do you know what I mean? It's weird. Yeah.
It is. It is weird. And I feel sorry for them because, like, with Hangman's injury last night, that was, and for those that didn't see, last night on Dynamite, Hangman Page fought John Moxley for the AEW World title. And he didn't really win or lose. They just had to stop the match because Mox went to do a lariat on Hangman, which he did. And Hangman's landing was very odd. He landed like on his head, neck, and shoulder area. And honestly, I've looked at it several times. He had he had to be carried on a stretcher, and it looks like.
Going.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you keep going.
Okay, good. I got the little notification like you're having connection issues. I'm like, no. So
it's not for us.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So yeah, so Hangman landed on his head, neck, and shoulder area. It was not good. They had to stop the match for medical reasons. So Mox retained. However, I will give credit where it's due. I think they did a good job of recovering because there was still about 8 to 10 minutes left. And so Mox took the mic back and was basically like, sorry that happened, Hanged Man, but I'm still the champ. And he calls out MJF, who, of course, we know MJF is always down to talk. So he comes back out and, he has his casino chip in hand. He's literally dragging a ref with him. And I'm like, now there's no way he's cashing in his chip with like 4 minutes left. But, in true MJF fashion, he rips his shirt off. He's like, yeah, sorry that happened, but I got next. But we're not doing this now. I'm going to cash in my chip at Full Gear. And we're like, it's happening. So we knew it was going to happen, but we just didn't know when. So what are your thoughts on how everything went down?
First, with 4 minutes left, it reminded me of like calm down cockapoos. They're both female and they're always noisy. Go down, get down.
No worries.
And then just randomly barking. Okay, cool. What with 4 minutes of like the Attitude Era where Eric Bischoff would come out and say, how about 3 minutes? And then you got whole crew come out and beat up like the opponent, and then someone would pin him and win. I thought it would have been like that, but it was clearly not going to happen. With 4 minutes, they did a great that they had to go off top. Moxley, obviously, with the mic, saying what he needs to. Someone at the back told Max, look, just go out, do this, and then just do what you need to do and just say. Because I don't know. I'm not into numbers and I don't really care, right? Ratings or how well the pay-per-view sold or whatever. I just enjoy watch all their shows, right? So for me, it's not important. So I don't know Full Gear digital sales or pay-per-view sales hasn't been doing it to book this match. But either way, I think it was going to happen. I think that was the plan, but I'm not sure whether it was Mox or Hangman. And it's what happened to Hangman, right? Because his landing was not good. And I was like, oof. And it's weird because it can't be a shoot, because some people be a shoot where this is Hangman doesn't lose, Mox doesn't lose, and then MJF can win properly from one of these guys, right? So he didn't move though, because if it was a shoot, I personally think the landing, then he would have at least moved, and then the doctor would have said, right, yeah, call it off, and then he would have at least been able to walk. So I don't know. I personally don't think it's a shoot. I think genuinely it was a bad Lance Archer's landing. Because if you remember, Lance did a moonsault, and he's, oh my God, I was so scared for Lance. I was like, oh my God. Like, because people with the moves that they do. And this is why we love AEW, because it's different, right? But much, because we have been watching these guys for 3 years, and we feel like they're part of family, right? So we worry about these people, even though we might not know them personally at all. I was worrying about Lance a lot.
Yes, I have to agree with you that that's a good comparison. Somehow, I think Lance's, in my opinion, it looked a little bit more devastating because it was like a moonsault, and he's a big man. I was like, oh my God, it looked so bad. And Hangman's didn't look good by any means, but I guess we're just like, it's a clothesline, it's a lariat, like he's fine. I guess I feel like I've seen him take nastier bumps and pop up that it didn't look good, but it didn't look deadly, that I was like, oh shoot, he's got a concussion. I guess maybe it was just the angle, because we know the head, neck, and shoulders is so fragile. It's 1 centimeter off and it can be devastating. I think it was just the angle that he fell good. And my heart does go out to him. I felt sorry for him. I hope he's okay. I did see since then AEW has released a statement saying that he's been reviewed by medical professionals and they are following concussion protocol. So a concussion, not good, but I'm glad it's not a broken neck, because it could have been much worse. So I'm glad he's okay.
Let's hope it's not as serious as Adam Cole's. We don't know what's happening with Adam Cole, whether he can wrestle again, whether he can't.
Really?
Yeah, there's loads of, I don't know, again, I'm just saying who they are or how legit they are, so I'm just going by what I've read. But protocols for Adam as well to make sure he's 100%, because if you know he showed up, I think it was right. I think that was the last time we've seen him. I can't recall of seeing him again, but I think his neck and stuff, one of those things where people are not sure whether he's going to wrestle again or not. I really hope, and I hope he's recovering and, just taking his time. Other rumors with the Kingdom coming in now, they're saying that because Adam Cole was he might be joining them, and then somehow return. Again, what do we know, right? See, sometimes in reading and stuff, because I like the elements of surprise. That's why I like when Kane showed up against the Undertaker for the first time ever, and you think, the hell is that? And Jim Ross, it's Kane! That gotta be Kane! Stuff like that I love, like the surprises where you don't know. Oh, you just know the matches, but then the surprises when they happen, you're like, wow, love. And so far, I think AEW has done that, where nobody knows this happens. Obviously, people speculate online and say, oh yeah, this person's no longer with NXT or with WWE. That means he's got to be coming in here because Tony Khan's got to be here. I hate that. Just let it be a surprise, like the Keith Lee thing. But when it happened, it was awesome. I don't know. I don't want to get too much off the top. I tweeted as well, as I have my personal page and obviously the AEW page, and really, really recovers because he genuinely seems like a genuinely nice person, and a lot of people backstage and obviously online as well. So yeah, I really hope he's okay. And it's weird now. All of a sudden, none of the elite members are on TV.
Yep. I agree with you. And thank you for that update because I did not realize that Adam Cole's injury was so severe. I knew he was injured, but I didn't know it was like career threatening. But as we know, like look at Saraya, for example, neck issue, or look at Kurt Angle to this day. He's still, he's broken his neck, I think, multiple times. And to this very day, he still has issues. So we know the head, neck, and shoulders, that whole cervical, no, that's the neck, head, neck, and shoulder region, the deck, this whole area is not a game. And so, like you said, I pray he's okay. I hope Adam Cole is okay as well, because this is their livelihood. And, it's entertainment for us, but we understand this is their career. This is their livelihood. This is how they make their money. And it's what they put their time and their bodies on the line every week. So I never would wish injury on anyone. So I hope they're okay. And speaking of Saraya, though, I thought it was interesting. Did you catch her last night getting a few licks in on Britt Baker?
I mean, obviously she's being cleared for apparently, but according to her, WWE didn't approach wrestling. They wanted her to be like a manager or like general manager and stuff. I don't know. I mean, what a debut, first of all, at Grand Shock. It was awesome because I heard in the commentary, Tony was like, I don't know if the commentary knew that she was going to be there or not, but like Tony's reaction, like it. And then the name Saraya, even I had goosebumps. I had goosebumps. Like when she was in WWE, it was amazing for her to show up in her first match and win. That gave me goosebumps, even though, but she wasn't someone that like I would constantly follow. And then, and I would see now and see what I mean. Family, stupid. I would see now and then, and obviously her matches, but I'm gonna cut that out. Right, let me start again because I'm gonna cut that out. What an idiot.
You're fine. I'm sorry. I'm just tickled. You're fine. I'm like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? You're fine. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
I'll edit this part. Yo, I'm on the phone, you idiot. It's not even fun. I don't know why you're laughing. I'll edit what I'm doing so they're aware. Right, so let them know exactly what we're doing. So they're talking to your friend. Okay, cool. Right,
no worries, you're fine.
Edit this part out for you so it doesn't look like it actually happened.
Okay, that sounds good. That's fine. Okay, so the last thing you were trying to explain, we were talking about Saraya, and so that's where you left off.
With what you said, as in like, talking about, debut, you've said that completely, these guys have put me off, but
No, we're so
Um,
yeah, we can. I was just gonna say, speaking of debuts or returns, we had who came back last night? Riho and didn't someone else come back, or
just
was it
Rio.
just her?
Yeah,
Who?
I think it was just Rio.
Yeah, she popped up. Riho popped up at the end of the women's match, and she might I just add, she must be a tough lady because she looks like she weighs about 83 pounds, and
She's a,
she's wearing like this dainty little pink. Like this woman looks like a preteen house, so she must be.
she's just like
Can you
bless
hear
her.
me?
Yeah. Right. Let's.
So speaking of returns, did you see last night Saraya came back, got some licks in against Britt Baker, kind of under the radar because she didn't speak. She just fought and then segment ended. And then later we had Rio come in. So what do you think about that?
I think that was pretty cool because not many people knew Saraya was going to be there, did they? They didn't really talk about her. She didn't tweet anything. I was obviously talking with Renee, but one of her last tweets was to a fan. I think she said that she had to take. So not many people knew she was going to be there. Granted, obviously, it's not like she came out and was there out for too long, but it's a great build up. I think they're just basically hitting one another and disappearing into the fan. Let's see what happens next week, right? So it's pretty cool. And then Rio, yes, everyone, I'm back. She looked adorable, bless her. I'm watching like my little sister. She was so cool. Just came out no. So it was pretty cool. And now we've got, I believe, on Rampage, Jamie Hayter, which and that's a woman I've really at the beginning when she showed up, I wasn't too sure. I was like, well, within this sort of like women's roster or with Brit, I got type of character, but they work really well off one another. A lot of fans and pushing on the edge to say, yeah, we're going to break up, they'll stay together type of thing. And I think Jamie is the chosen one by the fans. Wrong, but like the fans have spoken, like they want Jamie Hayter to do something, to win gold, and to be the champion. But one thing I feel like AEW is the momentum of the characters seem to die a championship, right? So same with Wardlow. I love Wardlow. Listen, his character is great, but like he's you push the champion and then what's happened?
Yes.
Granted, they've got a different with Samoa Joe and stuff like that. That's a cool duo, but like, is it to Wardlow gone like loads of matches and then obviously team up? I don't know.
I just wanted to speak on that I completely agree with you. I think WWE is so many W's. WWE and AEW are both doing that same thing now. We're going to pair our champions with varying group members. I hate it.
Yeah.
No, why? They're doing it with Bianca Belair versus Damage Control at all. Just like you said, they're doing it with Wardlow, FTR, Samoa Joe. I guess I'm trying to think like the business. I guess are they calling themselves let's build up more people at one time, but I feel like in the meanwhile you're kind of diminishing the prestige of the title if everyone can be in their stratosphere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like it. Like, and I agree. that it is you're the first person I've heard that said that way. And you're right. People get the title and lose momentum, which is crazy. It should be the other way
Yeah.
around. But you're absolutely right. It happened with Thunder Rosa. It happened with Hangman Page. It arguably happened with CM Punk. The title is supposed to elevate you, not make you fade into the background. So what do you think the reason why are they doing this? Why are they doing this?
See, with AEW and their contract terms, they give obviously the stars more time off, more time to spend with their family, kids, etc. But I think is once you're champion, I don't know, I'm not speaking for all the fans, but when I see someone as a champion, I'd like to see them as much as possible on TV and also defending their title and building up new storylines. They can do that until all the fans are tired of it. Be like, okay, cool, let's somehow build in another champion that the fans, and then that way this person won't lose momentum. They'll just go on and then they'll pass on the torch, and then they'll go back in the line, and then they'll work their way up in a different. The fans are like, yeah, we want her again, or we want him again, because end of the day, all these athletes put their bodies on the line to entertain us. Wrestling is for the fans, right? So a great job so far to listen to the fans, and I guess as an owner, you can only do certain things, right, that the fans actually want. So you can't always listen to the fans and be like, thing, because there's loads of different opinions, right? So end of the day, business, right? But at the same time, when you've got thousands of every arena shouting Thunder Rosa, then okay, give it hot. Or when they're shouting Jamie Hayter, give it to her while it's still hot, right? Run until the crowd die down. Then you can change the story. Like on TV. Personally, I would have 2 ladies matches on Dynamite, because to me, it's like, it's great you have one, but then every female trying to showcase themselves within that 10-15 minute slot, and it's like, really, like, do you know what I mean? Every company is at fault for that, not just AEW. I don't know, I think they've done a okay job with their ladies. I get it, is on Dark and Elevation and stuff like that, but I don't think it's fair to the ones on themselves, on their skills, and they want to be in the ring. Abaddon, where is she? Like, I love Abaddon.
Yes, I was thinking about her earlier because it's spooky season. This is her season.
Yeah.
You took it was the word on the tip of my tongue. I was just gonna say they're working so hard. You see, because you and we follow a lot of these wrestlers, their social media pages, their Instagram, their Twitter. You see them training, you see them working so hard, and then for what? It's like, where are they? And that sucks. And
Yeah.
I agree with you that they've got to have more than one women's match, because you have more than one women's title. The treatment of the TBS championship is driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Jade is the TBS champion. Why is she not on TBS? Why did Nyla abduct her title? Because for those who didn't know what we're talking about, Nyla Rose basically stole the title, the physical belt. She didn't win it. She didn't have a match with Jade. She just physically took the belt and has been holding it captive. Some people think it's funny. I think it's dumb. I mean, it's haha, funny, but I think they should have wrapped it up. I think that was something they could have done for an episode to be silly, because Nyla's character is very silly. Like on Twitter, she's the queen of trolling. Like, we get it, but Jade is not a haha funny character. she's very serious and she's like, I want my belt back. And
Yeah.
rightfully so. And personally, I just don't really think it's the time for jokes with a brand new title. You know what I mean? Like, what are your thoughts on that whole situation?
I mean, the titles per se is not new anymore, right? It doesn't feel new anytime. The only new title that I think feels new is the All Atlantic one, right? Because other people from different countries can. Now, I find Nyla super funny. She's hilarious. She's all things that she does online, trolling all the wrestlers and all the fans and stuff. It's just, and I think finally, I don't know if they are going down that route or not, but allowing her to be her true comedic self, as well as being a beast in matches, in sort of wrestling, right? So as well as her serious side. Um, the whole of your title and stuff is just a bit weird. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's funny because she went on Twitter and the next day she posted herself having a coffee. It's funny, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't know where they're going with that. But if dethroned Jade, it should have been Athena, right? But Chris got injured, so again, she got to the top and she got injured, but it's not her fault. It just the kick that she
Wait
did.
for a moment. Who got injured? Athena is injured?
No, Chris Statlander.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
was wondering where she'd been. Cause see, can I just say something real quick? That's a thing that, again, I think so many W's. WWE does this sometimes too, but AEW is notorious for people just disappearing and we don't know. I did not know she was injured. They don't really on it. People just kind of seemingly come and go, and you just think about it, and you're like, wait a minute, where is so and so? Like for
Yeah.
example, where is Miro? Where is Powerhouse
Mm-hmm.
Hobbs? Where are Ricky Starks? People just come and go, and you're like, I don't know. Are they injured? Are they taking time off? Like what? I didn't know that. I mean,
Yeah.
from doing some digging, like on social media and stuff, but I haven't even heard her name.
Yeah.
You know?
Um, it's I believe a dark match, uh, where she had a match in dark. I think something happened in her knee. Did another surgery, so she posted on Twitter that she's injured. And like you said, I agree because AEW presumes that everyone is online and they know about it. Or when the commentary should just say, "Guys, we've had just some news. Chris is injured until she's fully fit. We hope and we wish her the best. I hope she recovers quick and done. Like at
Right.
least the fans know, right?
Right. That's
And
it.
that commentary can be replayed. I don't know multiple times, like they do on their social media, right? And
You're
I agree.
exactly right.
I agree with you as well. Where the hell's Miro? Where's the House of Black? Where's Powerhouse Hall? Where's Ricky Stark? What else is there?
Yes, House of Black. I'm so glad you mentioned them because I love them, but that kind of speaks to what we're saying. We have these characters, you love them, but then we kind of get distracted because there's
Yeah.
so much else going on. I'm like, shoot, I forgot about them. I love them. Like, I know Malachi Black is gone, air quotes, because he says, he's taking some time off. We'll see about that. We know how these things go. He, for whatever reason, he is not there. But we still have Brody King, Julia Hart, and Buddy Matthews. Apparently, Buddy Matthews is kind of the same thing. Is he gone for good? It's so much mystery. And it's not good mystery because you have people that they're in main event matches and 2 weeks later they've fallen off the face of the earth. And you're like I
Mm-hmm.
liked them. I was building an emotional attachment with them and No, they're gone.
Yeah, in regards to House of Black members, I mean, I love Malachi Black. He's such a nice person. Like, and you can tell from the way he presents himself. And all of them lies and rumors. Dirt sheets are nothing. They're staying. There's nothing happening. They're not. Malachi just needs a mental health break. Basically, that's what it's to spend time with his wife and have a little short break, recuperate, I guess. And then he'll come back when he's ready. And I don't whether they've slowed down House of Black because of that. I'm not sure. But it was good to see Darby Allin last night. Like, we hadn't seen him for ages either. And he's going to have another feud with Jay Lethal again. Okay, cool. You're right. There's so many wrestlers on that roster that I could think of, and you think like Jericho appreciation showed up, but there's no Sammy and Tay. Where are they? Right, but we know on Saturday, or I think Sammy's got something going on in Dubai. But like you said, the commentary to mention this is there's two where they are. You could just say that, and people will know who it is. But then it's go dig online and be like, oh yeah, we've found him. Oh, he's got something going on in Dubai, right? They don't do a good job of telling people or the fans. It's like they want us to be on Twitter 24/7 or members' account to see what's happening. It's just like,
yes,
we got lives.
Yes. Okay. All righty. Well, Franco, again, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us and educating us, because you do know a lot. Thank you for sharing your time with us, and hopefully we can have you back again. What do you think? Would you want to be a 2-time guest on this, Leo?
2-time.
2-time.
Yeah. I'm Martina, I'm always down. So whenever you want, Senorita, let me know. I'm up for it.
All right, that sounds great. All right, everybody. This is Martina signing off with my special guest, Franco. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.